So you only gave me degrees here. And according to its alternate angle, so I mean vertically opposite angle, so B is going to be equals to 50 degrees because this is equals to this. And if B is 50, that means this will be 50 degrees. So if B is 50 degrees, that means F too will be 50 degrees. So A and C, to find because this is angle on a straight line, I did 180 minus 50, and that gave me 130. So A is equals to 130 degrees. And if A is equals to 130 degrees, C to be equals to 130 degrees. So C is equals to 130 degrees. So I found all the angles. So if C, B, C, D. So if C is equals to 130 degrees, G will be equals to 130 degrees. And if G is equals to 130 degrees, D will be equals to 130 degrees also. Because if that is equals to 130 degrees, F is going to be equals to 50 degrees, E is going to be equals to 50 degrees too, because of corresponding angles. Here is equals to here is equals to here. And so I found everything. So therefore, D is equals to 50 degrees, B is equals to 130, A is equals to 50, C is equals to 130, E is equals to 50, D is equals to 130, G is equals to 130, and F is equals to 50. Done.
Okay. Why is F equal to 50?
Because D, D, these two, they are alternate angles. I mean, vertically opposite angles.
Mm-hmm.
So while D and F are corresponding angles.
Okay.
So if this is 50, obviously this is 50 because it's the
So
angle
that
of
that
this
means
also angle of
this
this.
that's the same reason why G is equal to 130,
Yes.
because they are corresponding.
Yes.
Then another thing is that D also form Z with 130. So we can also use alternate angle to get D to be 130, apart from using corresponding. Okay.
The question is find the value of x in this equation. So these angles are alternate angles because alternate angles are angles that form a z. And if you look at it this way, it forms a z like this. And alternate angles are also each other. So it will be x is equals to, x plus 20 is equals to 3x minus 50. So this is the equation we're working with. So we'll bring this one in and out, bring this one in. So it will be 50 plus 20 equals to 3x minus x. 50 plus 20 is equals to 70. 3x minus x is equals to 2x. So over 2 over 2. Cancel, 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 cancel. This will give you 3 remainder, 1 is 5. So therefore, your x is equals to 35.
Correct.
Of course I'm correct.
We're looking at angles in a triangle, and if you have a triangle which is three-sided polygon, let's name the triangle A, B, and C. And the angle here, let's call it angle A. Then this is angle B, angle C. So the sum of the angles A plus B plus C, sum of angles in triangle is 180. Is 180. So if you are given any of the two angles, for example, let's say here we have it to be 30 degrees, and this is 50 degrees, and they ask me to find the value of x. So I can use my knowledge of sum of angle in a triangle to get what I'm looking for, which should be x plus 50 plus 30, and that will be equal to 180. So x plus, if I add these two angles together, we have 80 equal to 180 degrees. So taking this one out, I will have x equal to 180 minus 80. Then x will be equal to 100 degrees. But if the at times you can be given the exterior angle. For example, if we have triangle ABC, triangle ABC, ABC, and the line BC is extended, that means we are going to have another angle outside. In addition to angle ABC, we have another angle outside. Let me call the angle D. So this exterior angle, which is D, is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angle. That is, D is equal to A plus B. So you can see that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angle. And for example, if we are given a triangle and we have x here, we have 70 here, and we have 110 here. And the question says we should find the value of x. So we can say 110 being the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angle, that is x plus 70 degrees. So taking this one in, 110 degrees minus 70 degrees will be equal to x. And x will be equal to 110 minus 70. That will give us 40 degrees.
Question by finding angles I and M. So if you want to find angles I and M, first we start with M. So angles on a straight line is equal to 180. And angles on a straight line. So since angle on a straight line is equal to 180, so you simply do to N is equal to 180 minus 120. Therefore, M is equal to 60 rather. So M is equal to 60 degrees. Since you are finding M, since you are found M and M is 60 degrees here. To find I, you add 80 and 60 minus 180. Why? Because 180 is the sum of angles.
80 and 60,
To find
you add them together,
yes, then minus it by 180.
you subtract
That's what I said.
your answer from 180. Not that you minus from 180.
By 20. So let's continue. 80 plus 60, 140. 180 minus 140. That's your answer. Your answer is 40 degrees.
Okay.
By x, 2x, and find the sum of the smallest and biggest angle. So first we have to find the x. That's to find what x is. So how to do that is x plus 2x plus 3x, and that will be equal to 6x because 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6x. So that will be 6x equals to 180. I'm using 180 because the sum of angles in a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. That's why I put 180 here. So over 6 over 6, cancel, 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 30. So therefore, x is equals to 30. Now that you have found x, I basically solved your question because here is 2x. So 2 brackets 30, 3 brackets 30, and x on its own 30. Why 2 bracket 30? Because x is equals to 30. So this is equals to 60, 90, and 30. So these are the three angles we were given after we finished solving. And the question says you should find the sum. Means you should add the smallest and the biggest angle. The smallest angle here is 30. 30 is the smallest angle. And the biggest angle is 90. 90 is the biggest angle. So they're basically saying you should add 90 degrees plus 30 degrees. That's therefore equals to 120 degrees.
Correct. Looking at angles in polygons. A polygon is a plane shape bounded by straight lines, two and three or more straight lines. So any plane shape bounded by three or more straight lines is known as a polygon. Um, But you can come across a question that says which of the following is not a polygon? Triangle, rectangle, square, circle. So circle is not a polygon because circle is not bounded by a straight line, it's bounded by curve, by curve. So circle is not a polygon. Now we are going to also look at names of polygon, names, names of polygon, and the number of sides, number of sides. So a polygon that have 3 sides, we call it triangle. Then if it is 4 side, we call it quadrilateral. The word quad means 4. Then lateral means side. So we call any polygon that have 4 sides quadrilateral. Then 5 side, pentagon. 6 side, that one is hexagon. 7 side, heptagon. 8 side, octagon. 9, nonagon. Then 10 side, decagon. So these are the basic polygons. Triangle has 3 sides, quadrilateral has 4 sides, pentagon has 5 sides, hexagon 6, heptagon 7 sides, octagon 8 sides, nonagon 9 sides, then decagon 10 sides. The reason why we have to know the number of the names and number of sides is that, for example, they can ask us to find the sum of angle in an hexagon. So if you don't know the name and number of sides, we might have problem finding the sum of the angle or solving a question whereby the name is being mentioned. And you can come across a question that they will say, what is the name of a polygon with 10 sides? So you should know that the answer is decagon. Or they can say, which of the following polygon has 6 sides? 6 sides. So that is hexagon. We want to look at sum of angles in a polygon. So the formula for sum of angles in any polygon is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. And I want you to note that this n minus 2 represents number of triangles in the polygon. So now one triangle, the sum of angle in a triangle is 180. They can give you a question like this. How many triangle has a pentagon? So what will be the answer?
5.
5. No?
Eh?
So actually the number of sides is 5. So but n minus 2 represent the number of triangles. That would be 5 minus 2. And that will give me 3 triangles. So how many triangles has a decagon?
10 minus 2 times
8.
The question is find sum of angles in a pentagon. So the number of sides of a pentagon is 5 according to the table given earlier. So the formula of finding the sum of angles in a polygon is n minus 2 times 180. So n minus the number of sides of pentagon is 5. So it will be 5 minus 2 times 180 bracket. 5 minus 2 is equals to 3. 3 times 180 is equals to 540, which is therefore your answer.
So at times they can give you a question that you have to find the number of sides. So in a question whereby you are looking for n, which is the number of sides, the formula will be the sum of angle the sum over 180 plus 2. It's as simple as that. So with this formula, we can calculate the number of sides. So we're going to look at a question. We're going to look at a question. And the question we want to look at now. So let's take a look at this question. The sum of angles of a polygon is 1080 degrees. How many sides has the polygon? So you can see the question. The sum of angles of a polygon is 1080 degrees. How many sides has the polygon? So we're going to solve this question now. So we are going to use the formula n, which is number of sides equal to sum of angles over 180 plus 2.
So the formula is n equals to sum over 180 times 2. Sum is equals
Times
to
2 or plus 2?
plus 2 rather. Sorry. Sum is equals to 108. So it'll be like n is equals to 1080 over 180 plus cancel. 18 in 108 is, you have to solve that out. Okay, that will be 18 times 2, 6, no, 18 times 5, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Why
9.
can't you use 2 to break it down first so that it will be easier?
Or you can do that. 2 in 18 is 9. 2 in 108 is 54. 9 in 9 is 1. So 9 in 54 is 6. 6 plus 2 is equals to 8. That's the answer.
Good. If you are given a polygon of any side, So now this is a polygon. The angle inside is called the interior angle. Let me use I to represent it. And the one outside the polygon is the exterior angle. Let me use E to represent it. Now, here also, we can extend this line. We have the interior angle and we have the exterior angle. Here, we can extend this one. We have the interior angle and we have the exterior angle. Here also, we have the interior, and outside here we have the exterior. If I extend this line, I'm going to have the interior inside and we have the exterior angle outside. So one thing I want us to understand here is that the interior angle plus the exterior angle will be equal to 180, because if you look at the figure, you realize that the interior angle and the exterior angle, they are on a straight line. Look at it here also, they are on a straight line, and sum of angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. Now, sum of interior angle, in our last class, we said that it is n minus 2 times 180. So if the sum of the interior angle is n minus 2 times 180, then what of the sum of the exterior angle? Sum of the exterior angle is equal to 360. Now, if you want to find one interior angle of any polygon, we are going to say the sum of interior angles divided by, if the interior angle is equal to sum of the interior angles over n, that means n minus 2 times 180, which is sum of the interior angle, over n will give us the interior angle. Okay? So this will give us the interior angle. That's the formula for calculating the interior angle. Now that we have known the formula for calculating the interior angle, what if we are asked, maybe in the question they ask us to find each exterior angle, that is an exterior angle. The formula will still be sum of exterior angles over n, where n is the number of sides. And this formula can also be written as the sum of the exterior angle based on what we have here is 360 over n. Now that we have known this formula, another thing we can do is that we can use this formula here, that is I plus E, to find the exterior when you are given interior. You can also use to find the interior when you are given the exterior. You can use to find the number of sides. You can use to find each angle of a regular polygon. When we are talking about regular polygon, it's a polygon that have as in all the sides equal and all the angles equal. So when you have any polygon that have all the sides and all the angles equal, then we say it is a regular polygon. Now let's take an example. Example 1. The sum of the interior angle of a regular polygon is 540 degrees. Find A, the interior angle, B, the exterior angle, C, the number of sides of the polygon. So now if you take a look at this question, the question says we should find, here we are given the sum of the interior angle. The sum of the interior angle is 540 degrees. And the question says we should find the interior angle. So to get the interior angle, we say I, which is the interior angle, equal to the sum of interior angle 540 degrees over n, number of sides. But the major problem with this question is that we cannot get the number of sides using this formula except we know the I, which is the interior angle. Neither can we get the interior angle without knowing the number of sides. So what we are going to do is that we have to use another formula, which is the sum equal to n minus 2 times 180 to get the number of sides first. So the sum is 540 equal to n minus 2 times 180. Now if you remove the brackets, you have 540 equal to this time, this will give me 180n minus 360. By the time you take this out, we are going to have 540 plus 360 equal to 180n. Add this together, we have 0, 0. Then that's 540 plus 360. This will give me 0, 0, 8, 9. That will give me 900 equal to 180 n. Divide both sides by 180, n will be equal to 900 over 180. 0 cancel 0. 9 can go here too. Here we have 10. So we have 10 over 2, and that will give us 5. But there's a shorter way of getting this if you don't want to pass through this long method. And that's the one that I gave in the previous class, that n is equal to sum of angle divided by 180 plus 2. So you can also use this formula. And if you are using this formula, that means you are going to have n equal to the sum, which is 540 divided by 180 plus 2. This will cancel this. 9 can go here too. 9 here is 6. So 6 divided by 2 plus 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 3. If we add 3 to 2, we're going to get 5. So you can see that using this formula, we are still getting the same answer. That means our n is equal to 5, which represents the number of sides. Now that we have known the number of sides, we can now use this formula to calculate the interior angle, which should be 540 divided by 5. And 5 here 1, 5 here 1, in 4, you give me 0, carry 4, join the 4 with this 0, it will give me 40. 5 in 40 will give me 8. That means my answer for the interior angle will be 108 degrees. Then the last question there says the number of sides of the polygon. So, and that's what I've calculated here. But if you look at the second question, it says we should find the interior angle. The interior angle. So if you are looking for the interior angle, that is E, don't forget that I said I plus E is equal to 180 using sum of angle on a straight line. That means E will be equal to 180 minus I, and E will be equal to 180 minus 108, and that will give me 72 degrees. So you can see that with that single question, we're able to find the number of sides, which you use to find the interior angle, then we find the exterior angle. So I believe with that explanation, we have been able to solve the necessary question under angles in a polygon. So the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to look at the past question and see if we can get some questions from there that we can use to practice.
So question 1, find the sum of interior angles of a polygon with 10 sides. And the formula is S is equals to N minus 2 and 180 bracket. We're looking for the sum of interior angles. This is formula for finding interior angles. So S, which is not given, equals to N. N stands for number of sides. Number of sides and number of sides of the polygon actually. And number of sides of the polygon is 10. So it's equals to 10 minus 2 times 180. So S is equals to 10 minus 2 is equals to 8 times 180. So S times 180 is equals to 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's equals to that's equals to 1440.
Okay.
So question 2. Find the sum of the interior angles of a regular heptagon. Okay, so first the formula. And the formula is equals to formula of sum of interior angles obviously is equals to S is equals to bracket N minus 2 times 180. N stands for number of sides of a polygon. So S is equals to, so the number of sides of a polygon isn't directly given, but they say the angle is equal regular heptagon. And according to the last class, sides of like the sum of it of a heptagon is 7. according to the tabular form. So 7 minus 2 times 180 bracket. 7 minus 2 is equals to 5. So it's going to be s equals to 5 times 180. S is equals to 10 times 5, 49. That is equals to 900.
Correct. Says find the perimeter of a regular pentagon of side 6 centimeter, and the number of side of pentagon is 5. So the perimeter will be equal to, since the pentagon is regular, that means all the sides are equal. So all we need to do is that we must use the number of sides to multiply the length of the side, and that will give us 30 centimeters. That's all.
Find the exterior angle of a regular decagon. And the formula is equals to 360 over n. Why? Because the sum of the exterior angle is equals to 360. So number of side is 10 because decagon is equals to 10 side. Okay. So 360 over 10. 0 cancels 0. So your answer is therefore equals to 36.